Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to another Thursday, Thriving Thursday Live with First Home Alliance. And so we have a special guest this evening, and we're gonna cover a hot topic. It's getting close to the holidays here, and we're gonna have it's gonna be a six-part series, six-part series here, and we want you to come back on each of these series. But we also trying to grow our audience, and so we're growing our audience, and the way that you can help us grow your audience is one, we want you to like this content and share. And on YouTube, we want you to subscribe to our channel. And we'll be looking forward for you joining us, for this entire series, and join us every Thursday for the Thriving Thursday Live. So it's financial literacy. We talk about health and well-being, but this week we're going to be talking about financial services, and we got special guests tonight, and they're going to talk to you about debt management. But before we get started, if you just joining us, again, we want you to share this content and ring the bell. You want to click notifications so you'll get a bell anytime that we go live to share this content. And of course, First Home Alliance would like to welcome you. What can you do to our social media platforms, but also check out our website at firsthomealliance.org so you can follow along. And so First Home Alliance, our mission is to increase sustainable home ownership in our veteran community and also our low and moderate income communities. And so we do that by providing education and counseling. And so basically it's all education. We're here to empower you. So it's based on when we sit down, whether it's mentorship or it's advising, we may call it counseling, but we also may call it coaching. That's one-on-one. We do one-on-one coaching to help you reach your financial goal, and also to help you if you have on the pursuit to become a homeowner. We want you to sustain homeownership, but also become a first-time successful homeowner. So if we're sitting down one-on-one, that's counseling or coaching. And we also do group education in the areas of homeownership, rental assistance. We do reverse mortgage counseling, default mortgage counseling. Also, we do fair housing and rental. Any of those services that interest you, please give us a call. Check out our website and come in and join us with education and also one-on-one counseling. Okay, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to enter into the stage. And we had an introduction last year, but Victor is going to come on and talk to you a little bit more. And he also is going to have another guest that he's going to introduce his colleague that will be on as well. So Victor, he's with World Financial Group. And Victor, go ahead and talk to our crowd, and we'll bring in your guests as well.
All right. Thank you, Larry, for another evening having me here. And our mission is to provide value to our audiences here to learn. And, today, this, like you mentioned, this is one of the six series that we actually bring in. So today we're going to learn about debt management that we're going to dive into. So you are in for a treat. And I also invite you to check out I'm part of the financial literacy campaign where our goal is to educate 30 million people by the year 2030. We have about seven different workshops that I invite you to come on and join for free. They have three different times a day where I have learned this knowledge and I want to share it with the world. But before we dive into, I do have the pleasure to present a colleague of mine, Michi Jeffries. She's part of the financial literacy campaign on this mission with me. So we bring this education to the public. Um, and I thank you, each and every one of you, each and every one of viewers, from being here while you can actually be somewhere else learning this material. But our purpose here is that we focus on a holistic approach from investments to basic budgeting, and that's what I love. We take care of the entire picture, if you will. But I do would like to have Amici come on, tell us a little bit about herself, and I will dive into the material, and then we'll discuss again with Michi a little bit on her takeaways of this evening topic, so you guys get the best of all. All right, Michi, thank you for being here. We have an audience here, and they're ready to learn finances. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Brother Victor. Thank you so much for having me. Can you all hear me okay? I want to make sure that I'm loud and
Yeah,
clear.
we hear you perfectly. Yes.
Excellent, thank you. So, a little bit about me. I'm actually a Chicago native. I left Chicago at the age of 18 to become an Air Force member. So, I joined the United States Air Force, served 26 years and 6 days. Yes, down to the days. Every day counts. I served this country for that long period of time, retired in August 2015. And it just so happens that I retired um, the same year that I had my last surgery, my last form of treatment for my fight against breast cancer, which I am now going on 12 years being cancer free. So, in this life of retirement, I was comfortably retired, to be honest with you, Victor. Wasn't looking for anything, wasn't looking for any employment, wasn't looking for a job, didn't need a job. I just wanted to be a happy homemaker, which I was for 3 years until a friend of mine shared with me about this awesome business and about the awesome, powerful campaign that it has. The campaign to actually educate people so that they can do better, so that they can put themselves in a better position to put their legacy in a better position financially. And once he shared with me, he said, "Hey, go to the Greenbelt office. We have 600 plus financial centers all across North America. So one of those financial centers happens to be in Greenbelt, Maryland." And my friend said, just go to that office, check it out. They're teaching people how money works, how they can make money work best for them. They offer free resources, free workshops, free financial reviews. Just go check it out. I said, okay, I will. I'm retired. I have time now to do that. So I was able to do just that. And during one of the workshops that I attended, I was actually able to say, you know what? I love what it is that they're teaching me. I love what it is that they're teaching me. And I actually want to do what they do. So I took a huge leap of faith, Victor, and decided that I wanted to join this business because I was convicted with compassion to be able to share with people what I just learned. That if I'm learning it at not even 50 years old, think about the person that's 60, that's been working since they were 14. And that's all they know, Victor, right? They don't know anything about money. They don't know how to save their money. They don't know what it means to apply the wealth formula to their own portfolio. They don't even know what a portfolio is. So once I started to learn about money, it just opened my eyes. And guess what, Victor? Like you, I was able to change my financial structure. I was able to first and foremost change my mindset. And I was able to break a cycle of a poverty mindset, a living from paycheck to paycheck mindset. And I was able to do more and do better and greater things with my money. So that's why I'm here today.
Wow, wonderful, Michi. Wow, there you guys have a retired military. Thank you for your service, by the way. Breast cancer survivor, and and she found an opportunity to bring this education to somebody brought it to me, and I have the opportunity with this space in this with Larry to bring it to everyone. So. So yes, Larry, I had a pleasure to meet Michi. If you have any questions for her, feel free. And before I dive into our topic today is going to be debt management, which is actually one of the blocks of our finance foundation that we teach in the workshops that through our financial literacy campaign. So I encourage each and every one of you. That is my contact information. So you can reach out, and I'll be happy to share that link with you so you can attend to all the workshops. Um, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the meats and potatoes and get ready to learn some valuable information here about debt management. Unless Larry, do you have any
I know.
questions
I
for?
just want to say welcome, Mishi. Welcome aboard, and also thanks for your service.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
That's super. All right, Victor, we're ready.
All right, all right. Well, buckle up, everybody. And our goal as a financial literacy campaign is to educate 30 million people by the year 2030. So that's why I encourage you to jump on the or join the workshops. And I hope I bring value to you that you listen and you are that in depth. You are the don't know how. Here are some strategies that will help you if you put into work. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So here is I'm Victor. I'm a licensed professional with World Financial Group and through World System Builder. That's my page. Please check it out. That's my contact information. You can call me with any questions. But the purpose to everyone to our financial literacy workshop tonight's focus is going to be take control of your finances by understanding and managing debt. My goal is to equip you with a strategy and a mindset for financial freedom. There is good debt, yeah, education, business, home mortgage, can increase in value because that's an asset, right? But there is also bad debt, and we have careful. I'm going to show you how the interest can work. The rule of 72 you probably heard can work against you. Unnecessary spending. For example, if you have $1,000, 18%, that's 1,017 total in minimum payments. So do the math with your card note, with your credit cards, just to give you an idea how much interest you pay. So it's very important. So in order for us, so what happened with the debt cycle? Number one, we borrow money. The credit card is sending us offers all the time. We pay interest, then we fall behind, and then we borrow again. So that's the normal cycle. So that becomes a trap when we used to maintain a lifestyle beyond our means. So here are some debt reduction strategy. There is the snowball effect. Pay the smallest balance first, and I will show you a powerful way to do the more visual in just a moment. Then we have the debt avalanche. Pay interest first to save more. And then you might consider debt consolidation, combine them into lower interest rate, where actually the company can fight for you to get a lower payment. Negotiate with lenders, call your credit card company, to see they can give you a lower rate on your credit cards. So that is a tip right there. Track every dollar you spend. Use an app, a notebook. When I sat down, I do a PFS to our financial literacy campaign. Somebody sat down. I did not have no idea where my money was going. I have memberships all over the place. And the worst thing is that I work hard for my money, and I bet you do. So make sure that the money works hard for you. Let me say that again. Make sure that the money works hard for you. So reduce one expense this week, increase their payments. So it's about discipline. It may be uncomfortable, but if you keep doing, it will pay it off. I have to this campaign. I was able to have. I used to have like 5 different credit cards. Now I'm down to 3 credit cards. So I'm paying them off slowly. It takes some discipline, but with consistency is doable. And then build an emergency fund, 3 to 6 months, like experts advise. But during COVID, we actually were locked in for more than 6 months. So we actually need 9 months. Oh, you know what I'm talking about? Maybe a year. Make sure you have a solid, proof emergency fund. Have proper insurance to protect your income and your assets. Like they say, when you get sick, your check gets sick, but you become disabled. You know what happens? Or when you can't go to work, we still have to pay the bills. So make sure that you have the insurances in place, the proper protection. When emergencies arise. Avoid rebuilding debt by living within your means. Okay, don't just get out of debt, stay out of debt. Okay, so that is very important. All right, so I'm pretty sure you have some questions. So let's go ahead and schedule a free financial overview. Here is my information. I'll be happy to walk you through to a personal finance strategy, and I tell you how to save, how to budget, and how to list your asset liabilities. And it's like a GPS. When we put the address, we know where we're going. We know how to hit a target. We work on your goals together. Let's do that. So that's part of what we do here. All right. So, and to put this on in perspective, I'm going to show you something else here. Give me one moment. Let me stop sharing for 1 second, and I'm going to share something else here. All right. So, just want to make sure that everybody can see my screen here. Uh, let's see here. You guys should be seeing the control your depth at a color for a screen. You see that, Michi? Make sure that our audience can see it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's there.
Excellent, excellent. So basically, to visualize it, this is actually from workshop number two. I mean, how powerful it is. I'm a visual person, and I'm sure some of you are too. So basically, this is an example. On the left, we have the creditors from largest to smaller, and this is applicable to America and also Canada and even Puerto Rico, because that's how huge our campaign is. And I invite you to come to the workshops and learn this for free. When I learned this, I was like, oh my goodness, I never knew the impact. So what am I talking about? So from the bottom up, you can see you have a credit card that someone has, and they were paying minimum payments of $10, as you can see, and they owe 150. The interest rate, which is very important to take a list, to take an audit of all your credit cards interest. Go home, log into your credit card to make a list and see the power of $100. So this person was paying the credit card, for paying $100. Was paying $10, but we did their budgeting, and we turned out that we were able to find additional $100. So guess what? Instead of paying the credit card in 19 months, he paid it in 2 months. So we get rid of the credit card, and that's how I be able to get this credit card debt down myself. And then we move to the next one. All right. So the credit card number two, we were paying $25 a month. Now we had the extra 110 now that I was paying previously. So I added to this new card. So instead of paying that in 27 months, I was able to get that rate in 6 months. I hope you guys can see the pattern here, the powerful when we put it in visual, when we see it, before our eyes. Basically, what that means that we start adding $100 to every payment, and this is called the roll up debt method, one that I explained. But here you have it in action. Yeah, I encourage you to do this. Part of the campaign, we actually provide two books. One is called Saving Your Future, and the other one comes with a book that is called the workbook, which has a calculator. I will show you how that's in action in just a moment. So it's very powerful. And many of our campaigners come, they learn this information, and they start getting rid of this credit card without a deconsolidation. Just pure discipline, pure mindset, pure scheduling, and consistently paying it off. How beautiful is even the mortgage? Instead of paying 361 months, this person was able to pay it in 204 months. How powerful is that? I mean, saving 30 years of debt to cutting it up to 17 years. And that's only the power of $100. Imagine that. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is very powerful stuff that you learn on our workshops. I encourage you to come and learn for free. You're going to learn a lot, get value. This is directly from our workshops. So, I encourage you to do that. And let me share with you something else just to put everything in perspective again. So I hope everybody is taking notes. If you have any questions, you have my information, call me. I'll be happy to share that information with you, more details. We are here to empower you. We are here to help you, and we are here to avoid common mistakes that some of us make when we are getting in credit card debt. And we understanding the impact, understanding the effect of the especially compound interest is very powerful because it can work against you or it can work in your favor. So let me just show you one more thing here really quick to take this education. You learn the theory, you learn some of the visuals. Now we're going to see it in action. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right. So here we actually have this is very powerful. That's why our campaign is so powerful. When you come here and learn and put these concepts to work, we help anybody, whether you have $1, whether you have millions of dollars, or whether you have you have some money. It doesn't matter. We are here to help you. We're here to empower you, grow financially and individually, and also as a professional like myself, like Mishi. So I encourage you to come and check out the workshop. So what am I talking about? So for example, let's say here that you have a credit card and you have a debt. We're gonna say $5,000 and you pay an interest. So as you can see, this, by the way, we have a book. We have two books, like I mentioned. One is called Saving Your Future book, and the other one is our workbook, which has a ton of barcodes with calculators. And this is one of the roll-up calculator. The next one, let's say that you have another, I don't know, a loan, for example, and here you owe $10,000. And this is just to put it in perspective. And I'm gonna be generous because right now interests are skyrocketing. I'm gonna say 15% or 15.5%, and let's say that you pay, I don't know, $200, and we're gonna see how much interest alone and how many less payments is going to do. So if you have any credit card debts, I encourage you to I misspell loan. Let's go ahead and spell it right there. And and to put it in perspective here, and let's say that you have a car loan. We typically car loans are 400 or 600 depending on kind of car, of course, you have. And let's say that you get I don't know, with interest right now 21%. Well, let's go ahead and say that you have good credit and you have a really good 9% interest, and you paying I don't know, 250, and let's say the principal of the car cost you I don't know, and say $30,000. All right. So so that's 17,000 interest. I don't know about you, but when I look at these payments, it is very put in perspective, visualize it. How long, if you put all your credit card debt here, how long it's going to take you? I mean, some of us, or some of you might have a student debt that doesn't go away, by the way, so it might be for life. So, but all right, so we have that. We're gonna go ahead and here calculate results. So we know how much you're going to pay. It's going to take 372. And these are the total payment amounts and the cost interest, right? And the payment amounts. So if you basically what this is showing you, just the example, if you were to pay $100 additional, just by paying $100 additional for 744 a month to 844.57 a month, you cut in your payments to 72. um, if you don't think this is powerful, I don't know what to tell you, because this is powerful. And one of the things that we do here is, as a matter of fact, we can create a payment schedule, and it is a PDF, and we can send it to you. How good can that get? So you know exactly how many payments on the first card, how many payments on the second card, and the third card, and how long it's going to take you. So this is actually pure knowledge. I'm not sure about you, but I haven't never seen that elsewhere. Like I said, you can watch YouTube, you can watch elsewhere. And thank you for being here, spending the time with me and learning today with Michi and Mr. Larry. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The purpose is to provide you value, to bring you nuggets of finances. So this is very powerful. So we can even send this to you printed, so you have a guide. We have a schedule of payments, and print it on your fridge, print it on your mirror, so you can see it and you can work there. You know exactly what to do. All right. So let's go back and stop sharing. All right. So today we cover debt management. I pour you some strategies, how not to get in debt, how to get out of debt. I encourage you to visit our finance literacy campaign workshops, because this is powerful stuff. You know, to get out of debt, because this is one of the ingredients, if you will, to be financially free. You know where you are to know where you're going. So, and through our financial PFS, a personal finance strategy, myself as a financial educator, as my colleague Mishi, can help and sit down with you. Figure it out, navigate. Um, Come and talk to us. Go to the workshops, learn more. And next week we will be covering some other hot topics that you can't miss. So okay, Michi, what else would you like to add to our audience? I mean, I'm not sure, but I feel I'm very passionate. I think this information is so powerful that it has changed my life. Understanding, how the interests work, and to see a visual. It means a lot. So because we can have that buried there for months, bills comes and we don't even open it, and that's a problem. But when we sit down, we take, because again, we work very hard for our money, and I bet you, Michi, work too, and everybody else that's watching us work. So we want to make the most of it. So intelligent decisions, and this is very important that they don't teach us in school. So somebody has to do it, and I have the honor and the privilege, and I'm forever thankful with Mr. Larry to um, to let us be a voice for those folks that might need this information, which is might be quite a few of them. So thank you, Mr. Larry, for the opportunity. But Michi, I would like to hear your thoughts, and maybe you can add a little more of to that subject, to that topic.
Well, you know what? First of all, Victor, I don't know what else I'm supposed to add. You did a great job there. As you were talking, one of the things I thought about is, we don't only talk about debt management, but we also talk about increasing your cash flow. You know, it's not just one thing to pay off your debt, but what is it that you're now going to do with that additional money that you now have? And that's the other thing that we do that's very powerful when we teach people about debt management, how to be in charge of their money, how to be in control of their money. Number one, you have to see where your money is going. If you don't know where your money is going, you are losing your money. And I don't know about you, Brother Larry, Victor. Hey, I've spent too much time losing too much money. Why? Because I was not paying attention to my money. Okay.
Right.
So, one of the things that I've learned here is now that we have extra money, now that we help that wonderful client find an extra $50, an extra $200, an extra $500, the question becomes, now what? What do I do with that money? What do I do with it? Well, there are many different things that you can do with that money. And I will tell you, one of the things that also coincides with the debt management is how do we how do we find the extra money? How do we find that extra $100 that Victor was talking about that
Hmm.
went towards that debt? How did we come up with that? The question is very, very simple to answer. It's, of course, with a financial review. And I will tell you my story in full transparency. I didn't know where my money was going. I knew we had money coming in. I knew my husband was getting a paycheck. I knew that I was getting a paycheck. And I also knew that in retirement, my husband was getting another paycheck, right? With his current employer. But you know what? I really did not know where the money was going. So it was very embarrassing for me, to be honest with you, Larry, when I had my very first financial review. Simple question. Okay, how much do you pay for your car loan? How much is your mortgage? How much is your mortgage on your property in Florida? I didn't know any of that. But you know what I did, Victor? I allowed pride to puff itself up, and I said my husband takes care of that. Well, that's the wrong answer. It's not just his money, it's my money. So you know what I had to do, Larry? I ended up going back to my balance statements from, like, I think 3 months, before that. Okay,
Right.
now I understand how much we actually have coming in. How much do we have going out?
Yes.
That part. And so it really forced me to look at my money. And I'm like, oh my goodness, wait a minute. I'm paying how much for cable? Oh my
Right.
goodness. I don't even watch a third of the channels. Shame on us. So I had to go to my husband and say, hey honey, we need to get rid of cable. We just need to cut it like right now. My husband was not ready to do it, but what he did do is he did talk to the company and he was able to cut off $100. Okay, so that was the compromise I was willing
That's
to
a
make.
start. That
As
is
this is
true.
That's right, that's a start. That's $100 more that I now have that I didn't before.
Yes.
The second thing was I noticed, okay, I'm retired. So guess what I want to do? I want to dine out with everybody. I want to go out to breakfast. I want to go to IHOP. I want to go to Cracker Barrel. I want to go to Carrabba's. I want to go to all these places. And guess what? Not only do I want to go there and eat, but I also probably am going to pay for somebody else's meal. Like, okay, I'm retired and I know I have money coming in, but that doesn't give me an excuse
That's right.
to waste my money
Yeah.
like that. So again, once I looked at my balance statements and I saw, oh my goodness, I'm eating out how many times a month? Okay, so I'm going to have to reel back on that. And then my husband, he's a techie guy. So he likes to download movies, songs, games, nothing wrong with that. But Victor, the problem is this. It's when you download something every week of every month, it adds up. It adds up. So what was $6.99? Okay, for one download, okay, $6.99 times 7. Okay, uh, that's a lot. That's a lot. So once I saw those things, I went to my husband and we got on the same sheet of music. And before you know it, after 2 months, we saw our joint account, the money actually doubled. And then after 6 months, it tripled. So what I'm saying is we can help people with the money because there are people out there that say, well, I don't have any money. Okay, well, let's take a deeper dive into it because the reality is people just aren't looking at where their money is going. Like me, I wasn't looking at that. So you know what? Here are some pointers here. I just gave you 3 amazing things. That's a good idea, a good place to start. Cable. Do you have it? How much are you paying for it? What kind of deals can you get on those channels if you don't want to get rid of your cable? Or what other alternatives can you utilize, which there are quite a few out there in place of cable that will cost you much less. Um, what about your downloads? You know, your Apple iTunes. You know, if you're downloading every day of the week, okay, why not peel back and say, okay, let me download at the beginning of the month? If you're a foodie like me, okay, now you're gonna have to discipline you. All of this is about discipline. Now I have to discipline myself. I see how much money is coming out for food. You know what? I believe that food is one of the major guzzlers of our money.
Yes.
Because everything we associate everything with food. It's okay. Hey, somebody just got promoted. Okay, let's go out to dinner. Okay, it's somebody's birthday. Okay, let's go out to breakfast. Okay, it's an engagement party. Okay, let's have an engagement dinner. So everything focuses around food. So therefore, we spend a lot of money on food. A
Yes.
lot of money on food. And there are ways to counterattack that. You know, if you're one of those people, maybe, you know, the people you work with, they want to go out for happy hour. That's good. Okay, let's go out for happy hour so we can take an advantage of the happy hour benefits. You know, maybe it's $2 off of a drink. You know, maybe we can just get some like 5 appetizers and not get a whole meal, and then we can just split it across the board with each one of us and not have to pay as much money versus a meal that we're only going to eat one time, and then we're going to repeat that cycle again. um, Things like gym membership, that's a big one.
Oh boy.
Gym membership. I actually have a client who's a dear friend of mine. She's also a veteran and she lives in sunny Florida. Now, when I did her financial review, the first thing I asked her, Larry, I said, um, at the end of the month, after you pay your expenses, you know, you pay your debts, how much money do you have? At the end of the month? How much discretionary income do you have? She says, I don't have any money. I said, okay, but I know that she, like me, didn't look at her money. So I go through the list. The financial review is an awesome, awesome tool. I actually had one of my clients that actually applauded the financial review, and he said, Michi, this was a great exercise because it actually showed me exactly money that I forgot I had and where I had it. And now that I know I have it, okay, that's extra money for me to work with.
Right.
So with this young lady, you know, we went through, okay, your groceries, your tithes, donations, and we hit gym membership. And I said, okay, so you're paying $30 a month for gym membership. I said, do you have to go to the gym? She says, well, I need that gym membership because that's motivation for me. So I can't judge. But what I did tell her, Larry, is look, I'm trying to put money back into your pocket that you say you do not have. So So that's 30 more dollars back in your pocket that you can do something else with. I'm not saying just cancel your gym membership and never ever go back to the gym. But what I am saying is you can be creative. That's the other thing that's going to help us save money. Learn how to be creative. Okay. So you can turn your family room, you can turn the stairs in your apartment complex, you can turn that into a gym and you can save that $30 and the gas it takes you to get to the gym.
That is true.
Yes. So those are some things right there. Maybe you have a video gamer. Okay, why not look at playing used games or downloading free video games? Maybe it's just a matter of you turning down the AC or turning down the heat. When you're not at home. So these are just some pointers that people can look at and find extra money. I guarantee you're gonna find something. So
Yes.
that's my little bit of sharing right there. I know it was a little bit of a mouthful. I wish I could apologize, but I can't because I'm too passionate about it, and I just want to help the people. I want to help
Yes.
them.
Yeah, I had another speaker that I got that name, the budget lady, and you're about close. I mean, you're breaking it down, and I really like what you and Victor has got to the point. Individuals need to sit down and do that deep dive,
Yeah.
and put those items, put them on a spreadsheet and actually view them. Because yes, I've did a budget a couple of weeks ago for a family member,
Mm,
and no wait, I just like the other clients and members I met before, you ask them the food bill. What is your grocery? What is your food bill? And they come out with this number. $200. Yes, right. That sounds really good. $200. And and I'm quite, he go out at least 3 times a month that I know of.
yeah.
And once we had a longer discussion, not only 3 times, go out probably about 10 times a month. And so
Mhm.
you're going to spend $200 on your food bill and you already added. Well, when I go out, it only, maybe I get the smaller meals. So it's only about $30, but it's $30 for one person.
That's
What
right.
about the person that you're with? That's $60. And you go out 10 times. So I doubt if you're gonna spend $200. Maybe one or two of those trips end up at 200, but you come up with a whole larger bill once you actually set it down and start putting it on paper, putting it on a spreadsheet and looking at it. So that is very good that you bring out that they need to do, sit down, do that deep dive, analyze, pull out those cash cards, pull out those, I don't know, they use this all kind of devices now.
Yeah.
They have the Cash App, they have the
Yes.
Zelle accounts,
PayPal.
they
Yep.
have all this
Venmo. Yep.
Venmo. And so you need to go and get those statements and go through those statements and see how much that you're really spending on food and other things. But definitely food is a large menu item, a budget item that they don't pay enough attention to.
No, no, they don't. They don't. Absolutely not. They don't. And you know what? And so here's the other thing. Maybe the question is, how often do I need to do a financial review?
Right,
So you should at least do it once a year, but there's nothing wrong with practicing on doing it at least 2 or 3 times a year. And the reason why I say that is because life happens. You know, um, I've been married almost 32 years, Larry.
right.
Um, I know my husband is a very, very handsome and smart man. So he's not going to say, hey, you know what? This ain't working. No, we're not having that conversation. Okay. But you know what? Somebody's life, they're dealing with that right now.
Right,
And because they're dealing with that right now, that's also really impacting their finances greatly. Now they're going to have to look at, okay, no longer am I going to have a dual household income. It's just going to be me now. And by the way, I still have a kid at home to take care of. So my finances is going to completely change. I need to look at my finances now. I need to look at, okay, how much is it going to cost me to maintain this house? Or do I need to be looking for an apartment?
right.
So things happen in people's lives and they have to look at their money constantly.
Yes, yes. Well, definitely encourage them to have that analysis done and find out where they are. Because by doing that, we have these sometimes not so clear goals to set. But if you're
Exactly.
setting a goal, you analyze where you are, it'll definitely help you get to where you're trying to get
Yes.
financially. So definitely recommend it.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. And so, any final words? And before we give them a little taste of what's going on with our announcements and what's coming up next week.
Wow, wow. Make sure you just summarize it. I mean, you just really give some means of potatoes to everybody, some real example. I mean, I love you coming on and just being real, just being you, from your experience, and it is true. If, like Larry say, we are not seeing that and doing the spreadsheet or, because, let's be honest, I mean, some of us just log on in the bank app, but that doesn't tell us a real picture, because, I have kids. I mean, they go to the restaurant, they start playing games. At the end of the day, I'm just swiping the card, but when we track every dollar, it adds up. It adds up. Even from the happy hour that you were mentioning, the savings, when we add it, it adds up. And at the end of the day, what it comes down to is discipline and good habits, and everything is doable. And the compound effect, not only on the compound, the interest, but on the compound of those small changes make a huge difference. So that's why it's one of the seven wonders of the world. So it's fascinating because I came to talk about debt, but debt is linked to everything, even relationships.
Yeah.
They have to keep the wife or the husband, for the matter, happy. So it's powerful because I say that to have a balanced life, we have to have a good health, good mental being, physical and financial being. So I think as and a spiritual being, all of those components are go hand in hand. So I hope that tonight we added a lot of value to each and every one of you that is watching. Thank you for being here. And if you can scan that code for more information, get my information, as well as I'll be happy to get in contact here with Michi to sit down and do a financial review, which is very important. And you're going to be blown away, I tell you, when you see the financial review, because it's a holistic picture of every aspect that touches our finances, from, like I mentioned, basic budgeting to investments to defining an asset based on a liability to maybe a will or a trust that you might not, that you might be in the area of the stage of transfer. And these topics you will learn on our finance workshops, which I invite every one of you to come and check out for free. Earn your certificate for free. Learn even about Social Security benefits if you're ready to retire, your 401k, how it's structured. I mean, I can go on and on and on, but I think you got the gist of it, each and every one. And next, it will be. We're going to focus on budgeting, talking about more about the subject. So I'm excited being here next week and bringing you even more value. So if you think that this information is valuable, tell everybody, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell the whole world. Come and join Larry's channel because we are here to empower people, our communities together. So thank you, Larry.
All right. All right. Thank you, Victor and Mishi. Enjoyed having you on tonight on Thriving Thursday live. And we're looking forward to having you again next week where we're going to pick up budgeting and saving. So thank you tonight for covering the debt. And we want to invite everyone back. And just a few announcements. Is that what you want to continue to financial fitness? Of course, this is recorded, so you can pull it up at any time and review the helpful information and empowerment that was shared tonight. Also, join us on Monday morning at 7:15. This is for our physical fitness and mental well-being with yoga with Tippy, and every Thursday here on Thursday, Thriving Thursday Live. Check out our website for upcoming first-time homebuyer classes and also other events. And of course, check out our channel for our annual event. Our annual fundraiser is coming up on November the 8th. So go check it out. For more information, visit our website. It's at firsthomealliance.org. Again, thanks for our speakers and presenters tonight on a live topic. And we're looking forward to having you again next week.
We have one more thing to say. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm so sorry. Saturday, October 11th, we actually have a financial summit at our Greenbelt office location. and it's bringing people in from all walks of life, from all parts of the community. And we're going to have a nice spread of a lot of food, a lot of fellowship, and a lot of networking. And that's at our Greenbelt office location, which is 7501 Greenway Center Drive. We are on the 11th floor in Greenbelt, Maryland. It is starting at 11:30 a.m. And we invite people to come out. It'll be about maybe 2 or 3 hours, but we would love for people to come out and just to see and learn more.
Okay. And is there a website that they can go to?
Actually, there is a flyer. So, Victor, I don't know if you have, we do have access to that flyer. And I don't know if that's something that he can give to you and then it can be dispersed that way. But I wanted to make sure that I added that.
Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just to add on what Michi is sharing, for those in the DMV area, yeah, this is a powerful event. You can't afford to miss it because we are going to have folks, maybe anywhere from 5,000 maybe to 10,000 folks connecting across the nation, coming from all the way from Hawaii, Canada, and Puerto Rico, and the whole United States. It's actually our Greenbelt is one of our 700 financial center that we have as financial literacy campaign in the area, but also those are that are local here in our Manassas office. We are 8809 Sally Road, suite number 205. Same time, 11 a.m. We kick it off. There is a tons of food that you will be able to enjoy, and come and check it out. Come and see a big picture of this movement that is empowering. As Michi has been empowered, like I've been empowered with this financial, so we can make the right decision toward our money and how to make our money work. So I'm pretty sure you will find a tons of value. Can't miss it. You're invited to come, and we'll share more information with the flyers as well. Thank you, Larry.
All right. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for a great evening and empowerment. And look forward to seeing you next week. You guys
Thank
have a good night.
you.
Thank
All
You
you.
right.
Have a good
too.
night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Take care.